All right, Leah, it's that time again.
Yes.
Every day this week, we have been talking to local first responders to get you guys ready for the rally for first responders on Saturday.
Yes.
So we have 2 first responders in the house. I think that's the first time this week.
Yes, and not only are they just 2 first responders, they're also married.
Yes, and they are dear friends of ours now. So we have Glenn and Melanie Marshall on the CoastLife couch. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
Good to have you. So a lot of people know, they know you, Glenn, for sure. You're in the community and on camera a lot.
Not always good.
You are. But I have so many questions for you guys. I don't even know where to start. But I think I want to get into this relationship aspect with you guys first, if that's okay. Because you're both first responders. Can you just tell us what both of your roles are in the community? And then we'll kind of get into how this works being married.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Ladies first.
All right.
I think we started in 1993, and it was just a community effort. I had never heard of volunteer fire association or anything of that nature until Glenn started talking about it. We were living in Georgetown, and I became an EMT. Nice. And it just kind of evolved from there. And at this point, I am the support person for Glenn, and I will do events for, like Rally for First Responders. We'll be out there on Saturday to make sure and support everyone.
Wonderful. What's your history, Glenn?
So when I moved back, born and raised here in Lewis, the military took me out to California. When we came back, we settled in Georgetown initially, and some very special gentlemen I connected with walked me into the fire service, and it has been an amazing journey ever since. The sense of community and brother-sisterhood really drives it to the point where I became a paramedic. I'm a special operations manager for Sussex County EMS, and still a member with Lewis Fire Department. So it's been a blessing to be involved with each of the organizations that I've been with, and the opportunity to see the services grow to try and match what the community brings as far as emergencies.
Definitely. And you guys are very impressive with what you do volunteering-wise, but I can imagine, being married to another first responder, and you guys are parents, so raising kids.
Yes.
How did that work? Do you think it helped that you both were first responders and understood it? Or were there maybe some challenges when it came to that?
As far as understanding, I remember I had no background whatsoever, so when the fire whistle would go off at that point, Glenn would run out. And I'd just kind of stand there, and here we had a 2-year-old, and I'm like, okay, this is what we do. All right, we can do this. And even from that age, our son Josh would say, okay, gotta go. It was great, and he evolved in this service also, through the junior fire company. So that was nice.
Fair,
That's incredible. I would imagine that from people we talked to and couples we talked to this week, that having that support, your family support especially, can make all the difference.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that I know is still very unique in Delaware, is the volunteer aspect of especially our fire service. Do you think that helps kind of build that sense of community, that everybody's volunteering their time, they want to be there?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because it takes, and we've learned that it's not just those that are actively participating, fire, rescue, or EMS, because there are so many pieces administratively and logistically and support that without all the players, including auxiliaries, we're not going to be successful, right? We need that, and the community needs that, because otherwise you're going to see a very large change in your tax, and I think there's an added value when you have volunteers that are embedded in your community that come to your aid.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to get into the volunteering a little bit more. If you could explain what that really looks like. I don't think people understand that it's not the only thing you do is volunteer. You have this whole other life going on. So how did you balance that, and what does your day-to-day look like?
So she can answer more to that than maybe I would, as far as how that affects us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a partnership, and it's not always easy.
Sure.
I mean, it can cause some conflict, but you have to bring it out in the open and say, okay, what's better for the community? And I think we were talking before, there's no better champion than Glenn Marshall for the community and highlighting other people and in service to people. And so I'm very proud
You should be. That's very sweet. You should be proud of yourself too. I mean, you both are so incredible. But what you said is very true. I mean, I've worked with Glenn in the past, and you've just a really good example of two people who love their community right here.
Yes.
So we encourage you guys to go to the rally for first responders. If you see them, give them a little hi and a thank you, of course. Didn't mean to sign you up for that one, but
Nope, we'll teach you how to do hands-only CPR. Stop the bleed. You'll get to tour the apparatus. Delaware State Police Aviation is going to be there.
Yep.
And it's a family affair.
Yes.
So
It
bring
really
everyone
is. There's
out.
a lot of amazing vendors, amazing music.
well, we will see you guys this weekend. Then thank you for being in here today.
Thank you
what
for
do
having us.
every day, of course. We all want to let you guys know too that yesterday there was some breaking news.
Yes,
we
that's
all
right.
were part of it. So that actually canceled another interview we had with TJ Webb and his wife. So coming up, we're going to take you back to yesterday when we sat down with TJ and his wife. So you can stay tuned for that in just a couple minutes.